In this tutorial we're going to put the papers together for the journal, which means I've printed them up front and back on 120 GSM with some planes from the basic ephemera to some patterned from the Mostly Gentleman, and I've mixed them. Like here we've got some couple of planes together, then I think if you look here we've got pattern, sort of pattern, plain. So a nice mixture throughout all these sheets. I've printed them on 7x5 on my printer. It has a few options as to what size you can print at. I felt this was the closest to fitting this cover. First thing to do is to cut everything down. There are 18 pages altogether, which means if we do a 3 signature journal, we want 6 pages per signature, and we're looking to get them so that they naturally are interesting together. You might go plain, plain, pattern, fully plain, another pattern, pattern and plain, plain. If those are the 6 that we like the look of and we like the order as you open them up, I think we could do with another pattern one. Then we want to fold them in half when they are actually together and as lined up as possible. As you can see, all the edges are at different places. First thing I'm going to do is put that crease in really well. Taking a ruler and a sharp craft knife, we're going to cut along an edge to hopefully get them all to the same width. You don't have to do this. You can have them different widths if you want. Do this very gently, quite slowly. Push bits out the way when they're cut off. Once you think you've got them all, one set done. Now you're going to do 3 sets of those and then measure the sets against each other to make sure they're all roughly the same width as well. I've trimmed this as best I can all the way round so that they are equal height, equal width. The next thing I'm going to do for each signature is stain all the edges, and I'll be doing that with the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. When we say distress all the edges, what I'm going to do is come in on the edge of each page and stain around it and along the spinal area over the reverse side. Also turn it inside out, do the same again, and we'll be doing this on all the signatures. With each signature we want to make sure that it's all pinned together and into the center as much as possible, and then we will be measuring to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going to use centimeters. The center of this is going to be about 6. We want to come a little bit down from the top and a little bit down from the bottom, so I'm probably going to go around 11, so that would be a centimeter or just under half an inch down, and 1. I'm going to use an awl and a book, and the reason for using a book is that we can make it sit into some open pages like this, and then we're punching down onto the spine area. There. Here I have the wax thread, and it's 3 times the length of this spine area. I'm going to go through that center hole. I will go down to the bottom one and up through the center. Going to go all the way to the top, through there, and back through the center, coming the other side of that thread. Then we'll pull it all together, tighten it off, just make sure it's still kind of lining up okay, and you can see the stitches there, so I want those reasonably tight. I'm going to tie it off once one way, once going back over itself a different way, and I will be taking off some of those lengths. I will repeat that process so we end up with 2 stitches on this spine that's going to be exposed on the next 2 as well. The nature of this journal is it's a looser cover and binding together of the 3 signatures. Therefore, we want to add most of the page decorations before doing that final bind so that we have the width sorted. We don't want to be bulking up too much once we've added the cover and the material bindings to this.